This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, I'm Megan Shepard. It's great to have you with us. Topping news, one man is dead tonight, a woman in serious condition, and a family left in mourning. This after an altercation between a couple resulted in a police-involved shooting in the Western District. Shashina Roll has more.
Family members are distraught and they say they're looking for answers now. This after their loved one was shot by a police officer early Friday morning following an altercation with his girlfriend. Family members have identified the victim as 33-year-old Melvin Wedderburn, a resident of West End. Reports are that sometime before 2 a.m., police were called to the scene of an altercation between the victim and his girlfriend. Wedderburn's cousin was on the scene and agreed to speak with our news team anonymously.
She ran out of the house and he went looking for her. After he couldn't find her, he came out here and the patrol car pulled up. About 30 minutes later, they find Kira was in Vernell, Melvin's sister's room, and when they went in there, Melvin started them dudes at it again. So the officer came about 10 seconds, all we heard was a gunshot.
Now, according to police, upon arrival at the home, the officer saw a female bleeding profusely from the head. A man was reportedly following her with a knife in his hand and was ordered by the officer to drop the weapon. Reports say he refused and charged towards the officer with the knife, putting the officer in fear for his life. As a result, the officer withdrew his service revolver, discharging it, hitting the suspect in the upper shoulder. However, family members are taking exception to this report. They admit that they were not in the room to know exactly what happened. His younger brother, Purnell, says once he heard gunshots, he rushed to the area where he met his brother lying on the ground.
His last words to me was, Perny, that's what they called me. The officer just shot me. And I watched my brother there later on there. I watched my brother later on there lifelessly, gasping for breath. I asked the officer, could you take him up and carry him down to the clinic? He said, no, the paramedics is on his way. I went to a neighbor by the name of Corinne Burrows, and I used her phone. I called Western Clinic for them to come to help my brother. They say they are on their way. We didn't see them until like an hour and a half later.
Melvin was killed in the home of his sister, Vernell, who clings to the son he left behind. As he sleeps, she prays that a proper investigation is carried out on the father of two. All she says she wants is justice.
He was a good father, a caring man. If his kids didn't have it, if he had to dive in the storm, if the weather rough, that no other man could go there and do it, he would go there and do it to provide for his kids. He's very loving. Anything he had, he would give to his family, but he had a drinking problem. He used to drink, yeah, and love himself, but to say harm people, no.
I really think it's very sad that my brother went that way because he was a very loving person. Even though he might have heavy times, ups and downs, but he was a very loving person.
Now, police officials say they are continuing their investigations into this latest matter. At last report, the victim's 32-year-old girlfriend was still in hospital in critical condition. Shashina Roll, ZNS Network News.
Now, ZNS News contacted police officials late this evening for an update in the latest matter. Police say the 32-year-old female involved in this incident remains in hospital tonight in stable condition. Switching gears, a local organization celebrating female entrepreneurs on Grand Bahama while looking to bring about an economic boost. Blooming Orchids is being called the ultimate shopping experience that showcases female-owned businesses that will pamper, please, and cater to all on the island. Female entrepreneur and marketing director of Blooming Orchids, Corel Pinder, says she was inspired to host the all-female entrepreneur event because she wanted to uplift and support other females on Grand Bahama.
A lot of times women, they compete against each other, like our theme says. They want everyone to know that I do this business or I do that. But I think that it's so important to come together as one and to really celebrate what we do. And so that's why I had the idea of just not having a shopping party or an expo, but really putting a statement out there that we don't always have to compete, or women don't always have to be catty. Actually, women can actually work together as one and really support each other's business and come together to empower each other in order for everyone to know about this is what I do and this is what you do, and we can actually work together to actually present that to the community.
The event is designed to celebrate female entrepreneurs, will showcase a range of products and services on the island while providing an economic boost.
So we just want to provide an opportunity for Grand Bahama to come in one location where they can shop and learn more about these businesses that are on the island and really sow back into our economy. Grand Bahama has been suffering as an economy for a long time, and so we wanted to have an opportunity where we can come together and support each other. Our theme is girls compete with each other, women empower one another. And so we want to empower the other females that are in business in order for them to gain some business, for people to know more about them, and so that we can keep our economy flowing.
Part proceeds of the event will be donated to Lupus Bahamas. Tamika Lightbourne says the organization is focused on spreading awareness about the disease that predominantly affects females.
One of our main objectives as an organization is to have as much research and literature as much as possible. So the proceeds that we get from Blooming Orchids will go towards printed literature. It will go towards having different forums. May next year is for us slated to be very big because we really want to get just what we're all about and get the awareness up on lupus.
While Blooming Orchids celebrates female entrepreneurs, Pinder says men are definitely welcomed as well. Now, the Blooming Orchids event will not only offer a shopping experience, but also have demonstrations. Art director at Kenai Media, Olivia Dorset, says they chose to get on board with the event because it is a great event that empowers women. Renew Day Spa will be a vendor at the event. Proprietor Crystal Smith says they intend to expose Grand Bahama to different aspects of the beauty industry.
This is a great venture to see what she's doing and the women that she has involved. We knew that we wanted to support. We have 14 staff, and the majority of them are women.
Skincare is not a big thing in Freeport, Grand Bahama. A lot of people don't know about it, so I want to come and address that topic there that night, that day, just so people could have a better feel of what the skincare industry has to offer. We also want to bring services like threading. A lot of people have been calling our spa for it. A lot of people don't offer it in Grand Bahama. Brazilian waxing, eyebrow tinting, eyebrow shaping, anything pertaining to the beauty industry, we try to offer it at Renew Day Spa.
Owner of Simple Favors, Alexandria Beckel, says she wants to showcase their unique services to residents. Owner of Sweet Affairs, Brittany Baldwin, adding that they plan to bring decadent desserts to the event.
Simple Favors is an errand service. We do errands for busy people. We do personal errands, shopping errands, business errands. Whatever you need done that's important but you don't have the time to do it, or like I said, your to-do list might be big, or you might be in a meeting, everyone doesn't like the bank lines, everyone doesn't like grocery shopping, so that's what Simple Favors does.
With each expo we try to do something different, and with this one being mostly women, we want to bring a lot of chocolate to the table. We're going to show our made-in-house flavored chocolates, banana and strawberry chocolate kebabs. Mostly, like, the evening or the day is supposed to be about pampering yourself. That's what we're hoping to bring.
As a part of National Women's Week, the Zonta Club of the Bahamas is pushing its Say No to Violence campaign against women and girls to the forefront. The color orange was selected to demonstrate Zonta's partnership with the United Nations and its agencies, which uses the color to draw attention to its ongoing efforts to eradicate violence against women and girls around the world.
During the month of November, we have, after this, on the 25th, we have 16 days of activism where we are activating ourselves to go throughout the community to talk to school children, talk to church groups, to heighten the awareness about violence in our country and that we say no. And so orange really symbolizes the No to Violence campaign.
President of the Zonta Club of New Providence, Marissa Mason-Smith, says far too many young women have died as a result of violence. She's encouraging young girls to know their worth.
I think women need to recognize that they have self-worth. They need to ensure that they have self-esteem, and they need to be confident in who they are. I think it's very important that young women more than ever today find a mentor and a coach who can guide them and encourage them in identifying those areas in their lives that can strengthen them. I think more than ever we need to live by godly principles. I think we need to establish value systems for ourselves that will guide us to success and to live long and healthy lives.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues after this.